What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, another Avengers video to be specific. And we all know that it is micro-silent, if that's even a word for this game. I mean, it's safe to say I have no idea what is going on with this game or their marketing process or anything to do with this game at the moment. But of course, I want you guys to leave your thoughts on this stuff as always in the comment section below. Do you think we will be getting some new gameplay come January or not? Get in the comment section below and leave your thoughts. To this video, it was sponsored by Instant Gaming, and if you're looking for a ton of awesome games for a very low price, they are your answer. And if you want to support the channel, click the link in the description below. Every single month we will be doing a giveaway. The month of December we have done a Christmas giveaway where one of you lucky guys did actually win Red Dead Redemption 2, but there's going to be a whole bunch of more cool things coming your way, so go ahead and check them out. The link is in the description below. If you've been watching the previous videos or just listened to anything that I say, you would know that I've said I'm expecting January to really be that month where there's a lot of things going on for this game, and if there isn't, then it's safe to say it's panic time for the game because we are running out of time. May 15th, 2020. I've only seen 2 bits of gameplay so far, but anyway, we have some very cool things to talk about in this video for it. So, to kick it off, we have things called Create an Avenger. We have some speculation about the beta, aka the demo for PlayStation 4, when it will be arriving, and then a very detailed list of a roadmap of things to expect to be added into this game essentially after the release date. Now this is super detailed, so we're going to be going in that in a couple of seconds. But to kick it off, the Create an Avenger feature. Now I always love ideas when it comes down to video games, whatever type of game it is. When you have a really cool idea, I always support that kind of stuff and love to get other people's opinion on that. And this was actually posted on Reddit, and as you see on the title, it does say, I really hope they do, a Create an Avenger feature. And this is crazy because I've always said, you can have that feature where you do custom characters. I've kind of like predicted it for so many different games before, where unfortunately it hasn't been added, but it really is kind of like a missed opportunity in my opinion. So to begin with, of course, in this he says, I haven't heard or seen anything regarding this, but I really hope they have some character creation feature. With this being an RPG, I think it would be massively popular and fun. It would be the closet thing to making my childhood dreams of fighting alongside the Avengers come true. So you've got your whole, create your custom character, and then of course create an Avenger. And I really do like this idea because of course a lot of people did add to this, and for example we had this comment that did say, if it's done well and done better than the DC Universe Online game, then I'll be happy with a feature like this, but I don't want it to overshadow them, the mainstay Avengers. And don't put me as some new SHIELD recruit that somehow manages to fumble his way to being on par with the OG Avengers. That's lazy, and I hate when games do similar things. And this person did actually add a few more detailed things. For example, give me a custom hero, let me go on missions tailored to that hero, give them a voice, give me the dialogue options, and make them have a real feel, and then essentially earn the place. It's easily done. And he kind of went into a situation here where he's talking about voice lines were recorded, all that stuff. And then he said customization would need to actually be dense. Now he's talking like Injustice 2 levels of customization, for example times 10. You got body scaling, facial customization, and then you got of course things similar to the Fallout 4 and Skyrim sort of customization feature. And I think if it was to be that detailed, it would be really good. And I think that I mean, for me, I really talk about a game sort of having the replayability feature, and considering this game isn't actually going to be open world, I do feel like they do need to have a lot of small features like this that are very small at the beginning but do have, a bigger impact than you kind of expect. And again, you kind of have that own feel for your own character. I think that would do very well. Now, the next thing, just to touch up on, we've spoken about it in the past, but it's actually about the beta for, of course, PlayStation 4. We know that if you own a PlayStation 4 and you pre-order the game, you will actually be getting it before. Now, going on the basis we haven't actually heard anything about the game's progression in general, it is safe to say it's worrying at this stage. There were a lot of speculation on this saying that it's actually realistic to be around April. Now, I mean, it depends how early and exclusive it's meant to be for PlayStation 4 owners. If you're going on that exclusive basis, it can literally be a couple of days before, it could be a week before. I don't think it'd be anything crazy like a month before, but then at the same time, the whole reason for a beta is, at least in my opinion, for people to get a better feel for the game and to highlight problems that they feel the devs have currently in that game, and then the devs have whatever time it is between the beta and the release date to then polish the game so that they don't release what you would call an unfinished game and then it just does terrible and everyone forgets about it. Again, just an opinion type of thing, but I would say that April would be very, very late to release this. It would be 1 month before release, so if it was like any other game that's had so far, the same amount of promo, then it would make sense. But I've even seen comments saying that, that they don't need to do marketing for this game. Again, we spoke about that in the last video, but they've had this game in development for such a long time, so it really isn't even a situation where you would say or speculate that they don't have anything to show. They should have a lot of things to actually show, because it was silent from the time they released the trailer teaser for the game and until basically where we are now. So again, you guys leave your thoughts on that as always in the comment section below. Now the last thing is, and again, this is what I found very, very detailed, and this person seems to know what they're talking about, and it is a roadmap after the launch, which is his theory or her theory / speculation discussion. So of course the comment says here, "Hi all, I'm just speculating on how this game will go after launch for its first year and wondering if what I've speculated were the case and if you would actually be happy with it." So as you see, we have a bunch of things that are very, very detailed in terms of weeks after release and so forth, and what it will actually include. So to begin with, of course, the game rolls out. Okay, the launch is May 15th, 2020. 2 weeks after release, you get a new hero, which is going to be Ant-Man. 4 weeks after release, you got a new hero again, which is Hawkeye. And then 6 weeks after release, you got Black Panther, a new region, and new gear / loot. 8 weeks after the release, you got Doctor Strange, and then 10 weeks after, you got new endgame content, and these are things like raids if it's not already in the game, so it's basically another raid. And then 12 weeks after, another new hero, which is Captain Marvel, and then 14 weeks after is of course Hero Scarlet Witch. Now at this stage, I'd expect new content will slow down, as I think it will come launch heroes like, of course, Ant-Man, Hawkeye, and possibly Black Panther will be already well developed and will basically be held back at launch. Which is realistic, it makes sense at this stage. They're probably the most requested, right up there with Spider-Man as well. Then he goes a bit more in detail. So again, 17 weeks after the release, a new region, new gear / loot. 20 weeks after, new hero Falcon. 26 weeks after, you got a new hero, which is Winter Soldier. And then for 34 weeks after, you got a new hero Vision. 40 weeks after, new endgame content, essentially a harder raid. And then 46 weeks after, a new hero again, War Machine. 52 weeks after, a new region, new gear and loot. After 1 year, you have 10 new heroes, 3 new regions and 2 new raids. With each new region / raid, I'd like to see new enemies that drop very slightly more powerful gear, loot, and of course other bits and bobs that will essentially be beneficial to your character. And I don't know, this is very, very detailed, and as great as it would be for that to happen, I mean, it'd be a lot of pressure depending on how many of this stuff they do already have to essentially pump out. They did say that they are going to consistently be updating the game, so when you hear things like that, things like, when you read this, it does sound realistic, but there was a comment that did say, as much as, they'd like this to happen, there is no way they will actually be able to create 10 new developed and diverse heroes in the first year when it took 4 to 5 years to create 6. And again, understandables like God of War 4, Spider-Man PS4 took the same development time and has a much more in-depth, feel to each character compared to, of course, 6 characters in the Avengers A-Day. But you guys get in the comment section below and let me know what you think on that. Again, it depends how serious they are about this game and how far they do want to take the game, and overall how successful they want the game to be. But guys, that is going to wrap up this video here. So as always, if you missed any of the previous ones, get in the video section, and check them out and leave your thoughts on all the topics that we were discussing. So the Create an Avenger feature, the rumors about the beta for the game being, of course, April. Is it too late? Is it not? And then what do you think about this roadmap? Again, it was very detailed, very kind of short time frames in terms of when they're releasing all this stuff, but it's not to say it's completely impossible. It just really depends on how their team is and really the situation they're in now. So again, January will probably be a big decision maker for this game, because like I said, May 15th is not far away at all. But guys, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.